good. I like things that are upbeat.
Everyone considered him the coward of the county. He'd never stood one single time to prove the county wrong. His mama named him Tommy, but folks just called him Yellow. Something always told me they were reading Tommy wrong. He was only 10 years old when his daddy died in prison.
Oh, that got dark. Fast.
I looked after Tommy, cause he was my brother's son. I still recall the final words my brother said to Tommy. Son, my life is over, but yours has just begun. Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. It won't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man.
I suppose that's a good life lesson. When people get into fights, there can be permanent life-ending consequences when two men decide to go fisticuffs. And it's something that you don't want to do unless you absolutely have to do it. I don't fully agree with the you don't have to fight to be a man, because you do, but only in those circumstances where it is absolutely necessary, because nobody wants a coward. Young men need to learn to be able to walk the line between being a coward and being foolhardy, and using just the right amount of force when it is appropriate.
I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man. There's someone for everyone, and Tommy's love was Becky. In her arms he didn't have to prove he was a man. One day while he was working, the Gatlin boys came calling. They took turns at Becky, and there was 3 of them. Tommy opened up the door, saw his Becky crying. The torn dress, the shattered look was more than he could stand. He reached above the fireplace and took down his daddy's picture. As his tears fell on his daddy's face, he heard these words again.
Well, you know, I thought the part where his dad died was dark, but whoa, yeah, this just brought the party to a screeching halt. I was, you know, kind of jamming and rocking along and enjoying that nice beat, and woo, now we are into some really heavy subjects. I'm guessing that he's probably gonna fight, because it's time to cowboy up now. It's time to man up, get in there. You gotta go to work on these guys. You gotta defend your family. I hope that's what happens. Let's see.
Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. It won't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man.
Although I suppose he could try to get the law involved. There is that option.
The Gatlin boys just laughed at him when he walked into the bar room. One of them got up and met him halfway across the floor. When Tommy turned around, they said, "Hey, look, old Yellow's leaving." But you could have heard a pin drop when Tommy stopped and locked the door.
Oh, Tommy is my boy!
20 years of crawling was bottled up inside him. He wasn't holding nothing back, he let 'em have it all. When Tommy left the barroom, not a Gatlin boy was standing. He said, "This one's for Becky, as he watched the last one fall.
That's what I'm
I
talking
heard him
about.
say, I promised your dad not to do the things you've done. I'll walk away from trouble when I can. Now please don't think I'm weak, I didn't turn the other cheek. And Papa, I sure hope you understand. Sometimes you gotta fight when you're a man.
I know that's right.
Everyone considered him the coward of the county.
Tommy kept it real. I don't think I've ever heard a song like this before that tackled this particular very sensitive subject matter that you can't even really talk about on YouTube. But I will say that I like this strong messaging that comes with this. And it's just telling men to be men. And I don't feel like I hear a lot of that with modern music. I don't know, maybe it's like that with modern country music, but because I don't listen to country music, I wouldn't know. But I don't hear themes like that in a lot of hip hop, rap, R&B. In some ways, particularly more with the rap genre, it's kind of more the opposite. It's pimps up, hoes down, abuse women. Theme here is cowboy up, and a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. And I love a man who can do what he needs to do. Oh, the testosterone. I warned y'all I was aggressively heterosexual. A beta man can do nothing for me. A sigma man can do nothing for me. It's alpha all day, every day, baby. My idea of the perfect man being a strong alpha male type comes from all the time I spent with my grandfather, God rest his soul, who was a colonel in the military, a chaplain colonel to be specific, but he was a man's man. He was the head of the household. He was the only person who could quash family squabbling. When he put his foot down, he put his foot down, and everybody else fell in line. Being a chaplain, he was, of course, a leader, but also a spiritual leader. And he was a man that people looked up to and followed. He was a man amongst men and a leader of men. And I think that's why I only seek that type of guy. Because I think that we, by nature, repeat the patterns that we've seen in our childhood. Ah, that was a little bit preachy. From the preacher, the preachy, Oh, bad joke. If there are any more songs by Kenny Rogers you'd like me to react to, please leave them in the comments section below. If there are any other songs by any other artists that you'd like me to react to, please leave them in the comments section below as well. This has been Liberty Belle Reacts, and thanks for watching. Thanks for kissing. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, and sometimes that's kissing his mom. I love a man who bleeds testosterone. I love a man whose blood type is testosterone. I love a man who, like, if he cuts himself, like, I gotta make sure I don't get any blood on me because there's so much testosterone in that blood that I might grow a beard. Oh, that was not good.